Hey, so I'm losing light really quick, but I want to film this. If you're interested in sticking around for a full flip before the pen of my newly set up B6 Slim Stalogy, please hang out. If you're interested in these kinds of videos, like, subscribe, bell icon, all that, whatever you're comfortable with. Thank you for watching. So I'm just gonna start. A few days ago, I posted a video about kind of my planner dilemma that I was having, and really how I wanted to handle One Book July because of it. Excuse me. And I think what happened is for June, I picked up rings as a calendar. So I went to a 2-planner system. I had my my B6 Stalogy here. I have notes in it off to the side for this video. And I had the Stalogy for personal things, for tracking things, for kind of memory keeping, and all of that sort of stuff. But then I was using a dated calendar, which I was really liking, and it was clicking for me on some boxes for work and tasks, but I wasn't using it for anything else. And so because I was spending more time in the rings, I was not spending time in my Stalogy, and I missed my Stalogy. I missed having everything together, and I wasn't really using this a whole lot. It was just like I would flip it open for work, kind of plan out my work day, and then write down any tasks that I needed to do later on a different day, and then close it and kind of just be like, oh, look, it's pretty, and walk away from it, you know? Whereas when I was really into my Stalogy, I was like taking it everywhere and hugging it and like petting it and putting it in my bed at night, all that sort of weirdness, right? And I kind of want to get back to that with my planner, because I feel like the more I invest in a planner, the more I use it, right? So, you know, possibly I wasn't using the rings because I wasn't invested all in the rings, right? Like I wasn't putting everything in the rings. I was specifically paring it down to just my calendar, and pulled my calendar from digital places into paper here, right? So because I left some things in the other book, I just stopped doing those things and just focused a little bit on these. But I was never really drawn to this. I was never like, oh, well, like I put some blank paper in the front here, and I don't think I ever actually wrote on it. Like I didn't make one list, I didn't write on it, nothing. So I think really I don't like rings is what it is. And maybe at some point in the future, I'll get the itch to try rings again. I have a lot of beautiful ring type things. So when that happens, because it's me, and you know, I never stay in one thing for too long, maybe I try rings all in, and we'll see if that was actually the case. But I was called to go back into Stalogy, and I'm using a Naname Cafe note as my journal right now, and I thought, let's cut Stalogy because I have Stalogy. I don't have another Naname Cafe note down to B6 slim size, and they're pretty much always sold out, or at least the one I want is sold out, kind of a thing. So I took it to FedEx, and I had them cut a 1/2 inch off. So this is 4.5 inches wide. It fits in, this will also fit a B6 Stalogy flush, like skinny and flush basically. And I think it will fit in this cover for a while. So it's a hand stitched leather tee cover. I do want to start really quickly by pulling this out and saying I cut the spine off. I preemptively cut the spine out of this because I did that with my journal, the Naname Cafe note that I'm using, and then I found that as I went through and put washi tape, it like kind of forced the glue open all on its own, and I don't know, it seemed to kind of organically grow in a way that kept it very flat. So we'll just start here, right? I plan on tucking both sides into this book. I'm not doing it like this for no reason. I don't have a good reason. A friend of mine made this for me, so that's where I got that from. This is Cocoa Daisy paper. This is digital paper from Floral Design Co. on Etsy, and I just printed it on Tomoe River paper by designing it in silhouette to be, well, I thought I was making it the size of both pieces of paper, and then I could just cut it down the middle, so it was seamless, and it was close enough. I made this in silhouette as well, and then foiled it with a laminator, and you can kind of see maybe like right here where the lamination didn't take on the A. I've since gotten a mink in large part because my laminator broke and just stopped turning on entirely. And I think it works much better. So I'm maybe not so many muches because this is totally serviceable. I do think the mink works better. I don't know that it's like $70 better because that's what I paid for the mink. So, all right, this is my landing. I might put a pocket here to like change out some die cuts or something. I don't know. All of this kind of evolves as I use it. So this was like the one accident, right? You can't set up a bullet journal and not get something kind of wrong that happened. I was trying to do exactly the same thing that I did here, except I just folded the paper and tried gluing it down, and then this side didn't glue down right. So it's my lemonade, and we'll just go with it. I do think my foil is kind of not behaving. So, all right, whatever. We'll figure it out as it goes. This is my word of the year, engage. And then curious, envision, and intend is July, August, and September. So this is like my quarter words and my word of the year I pulled out. This is a spread for my daughter to write me a letter or draw me a picture or something like that, because I like to have a piece of her with me. Oh, this is from Allie Brown, by the way. Sorry, I should have said that. This is probably going to be a quote over here, some more deco, something, I don't know. And then my tab key. And I have been thinking a lot about how I want my tabs to work. So up here, this is going to be quick reference. I'll have a list tab. Once I figure out my list section, this goes to my daughter's allowance page. That's probably all that's going to be up top. So these are the months of future planning that I have. And then on the side, I'll have a big one here for the current month and right here for the current day. And then this tab is probably old and I need to remake it, but it goes to the next blank page. And then other than that, I have a bunch of the Lauren Phelps Designs tab tapes, and I'm probably gonna break them out by color and topic. So like maybe ideas, quotes, notes, I don't know. I'm still kind of working through what it's going to be, but they're going to go in specific places, and it might be on the bottom down here, or it might be like if this is July and this is August and this is September, like all of my notes are going to go right here in between, and all of my project or ideas are going to go right here, and then the other ones will be down here. I don't know. It's going to be both color and location, and hopefully that helps me section things out better. But I also only plan on tabbing things I do want to go back to. All right, so then I made some AM and PM routines. I foiled this myself with the mink. You can see how much better it foiled, I think. I also think, at least maybe it's my acetate pages, but they tend to be the hardest to foil. This has a line because I was being cheap and trying to reuse the foil, but I find if I just don't try to be cheap on the foil and just do it the right way the first time with the mink, it comes across really well. So this is like an ideal day routine for me. It's kind of part for me, part for my daughter, to make sure that I'm tracking what she's doing, and I'm finding that if I do it with her, then she's better about doing it, kind of a thing. She's 10, by the way, but you know, still have to mom. Then I have a weekly review and a monthly review. I think this is from Brandy Michelle Plans. I feel awful that I can't remember this. She does awesome getting stuff done information in her ring planners, and she offers a freebie on the daily monthly review thing. I took her freebie and kind of tweaked it just a little bit for me. If I have to tweak any of this, I will just write on it and then reprint it the next time I make a book and how I want to tweak it. But this is also like an ideal thing. Really, I have learned that I'm very good at capturing information. I'm not very good at reviewing or processing said capture information. So that's one of my goals for the year, is to get better about reviewing. And I thought putting, you know, routines with a daily review in it and then a weekly and monthly review front and center in my planner would make that happen. I follow Brightline Eating. I do have a call schedule, like some call information that's going to go on this side. This is to track days I've been bright and so forth. This is my daughter's allowance. She kind of goes to the bank of mom, right? But I track out how much she's earned this week, how much she's spent this week, and what the total is, and then it rolls into the next week. So, and we kind of go over this together. So it's part allowance, part math, part accounting for her. I have a spread here to put down some ideas for fun things that she and I want to do together. So there's that. And then this is my July landing page, right? And I don't remember where I got this digital paper, so I'll have to link the alcohol ink digital paper. I've got like 3 or 4 alcohol inks all from the same place. One's like green, one's blue and purple, maybe one's purple and green. I don't know, I felt like the red and orange was really good for July. And then I had this one in gold, so I just made July gold. And then Curious is kind of like a pinky red color. I don't know if it shows up. So this right here is from 3927 Designs. It is the same place that I got This Year at a Glance as well. Like they're a set, they go together. All right, this is a Peanuts Planner Co. insert for half letter size. I printed it at 90% and just trimmed like no margin off and glued it down. It fit pretty much perfectly. It's the blank one with the grid. So these are just Happy Planner stickers and some Allie Brown washi tape, simply gilded. And then my friend made these stickers for me and some Happy Mail. This is something that a layout that I'm using a lot, actually. I don't know if tell me if you've seen something like this, because I don't think I made this up, but I can't recall seeing this anywhere. So it's all of July on a weekly basis, so I can kind of plan out, you know, for week 27 of July, I need to do these things or post these things. That's how I'm going to use it later on. But for this one specifically, I want to track when videos I'm making for Instagram are getting uploaded, and like when they're uploaded and when they're scheduled to be like shown. So basically I want to start scheduling them, because I'm noticing that I really only have time to make videos on the weekends if I'm responsible at work, and then I end up making like 3 or 4 in the weekend, and I'm like instant gratification monkey. So when I make them, I want to post them, and I'm trying to get better about scheduling them so that I don't go like 2 weeks before I make a video for you all. This is a memory keeping spread. This I am tabbing is a Sunshine Sticker Co. Purple Ombre month tabs. So I plan on tabbing this because all these Avery tabs are going to leave when I archive the book, and I want to be able to refer to this monthly spread, right? So I'll tab July, or obviously, I'll tab, and then I'll tab August and September, and those will be the only month tabs that go to calendars. So then I have gratitude, and then I have this monthly routine insert. I freaking love this. It is editable, so it's a PDF that you can go in and edit, change it, make whatever you want. It has space for all 5 months if needed. I'm thinking I'll get my label maker and maybe make this say like week 27, 28, 29, 30, whatever the week is. Maybe if I'm feeling like super productive, I'll figure out how to put the days or the numbers here as well, or I'll just, you know, I don't know, make it work. But I was able to go in and edit these, and I can just print it again. So when August comes around, I can go through and just tweak any of these to see if I want to keep tracking them or not, or if I need to track something else. These are all of my goals, the 8 different goal categories that I have for 2020. So I'm thinking I'll do something like a tending list here, where I just, you know, do like a completion bar on rate myself kind of thing down there. Okay. Then I have a July waiting on. I'm getting into fountain pens. So this is also Sunshine Sticker Co. It's a July tab. It's little mild liners, and I thought that looks like fountain pens, or as like fountain pens as I could do. Anywho, and so I'm going to tab that one as well, because I find I want to reference this page a lot when I'm like, ooh, what ink is in this pen again? And in my current Stalogy, it's not tabbed, or if it is tabbed, I never remember which tab it is. And this way I'll know, and I put it right behind the July one. So these should be my only 2 monthly tabs, and in theory, they'll be the only tabs in this location. We'll see how well I stick to all these rules I'm making for myself. Anywho, I'm limiting myself to 6 fountain pens inked every month. Every month I'll clean my pens, change out the inks. I have more than 6 pens. They're almost all Twisbys, but I'm sure that will change. Then this is that decluttering that Doxina turned us on to. I think it's organizemyhouse.com. It's nice I left the little coding thing on here because then I can tell you all. So I'm pretty sure it's organizemyhouse.com, and you can print them out. I think it's really cool. It's a lot of things I don't normally think of. It is definitely English, so sometimes I have to be like, what do you mean by tip? Or something like that. Things that are ready to go to the tip. I don't know what that means. So you just Google it. But then I have a spread for Dressing Your Truth. They do a calendar, and I don't know, it's fun. Sometimes I play along. Sometimes I'll do like an IG challenge. I don't know. So I have flexibility and space to put any kind of challenges I feel like I have time to commit to doing or want to do, intentions of doing, let's put it that way, whether or not I actually do them. Kind of like this decluttering challenge here. There's one for Dressing Your Truth, and then maybe this will be for Instagram, or if I like an Instagram challenge, or if I need an extra spread to plan anything for the month. Like I could see leaving this spread in December to plan out gifts and things like that for my family, and just make sure I have all that sort of stuff checked. It's my intent to leave like an extra blank planning spread every month. Kind of comes from the Planner Perfect method. I think it's a really good idea. And then I have like a personal task list and a work task list. And then I start my week. So I kind of laid out a week here. This would be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The weekend is a box for me. I don't know that I'll do that going forward. I did that in the back for sort of part of my future planning, tracking business, but this just might be where I do my weekly review every week for the previous week. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, man, I did that twice. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then the next week here. So I actually left space for the actual next week, and I'm thinking I will plan the week, like I will always plan a week ahead. So I'll have the week I'm in, and then I'll like date out just like to this level the next week, so that I can plan, track things a week in advance. But you know, come the week of, I'll add stickers and more washi and quotes and things to these pages. So there's still quite a lot of deco to go, and that way I don't feel like I've planned too far ahead, because inevitably when I pre-plan too far ahead, like if I did a whole month at once, I would stop using it. This is kind of a list section here. I'm still sort of thinking through what all the lists I want are, and how motivated I am to actually rewrite them all. I do plan on making like a future planning section, landing page, tabbed thing. I don't know that it'll be tabbed, but it'd be like dividers or a dashboard in a ring planner kind of a thing, all about future planning. So this is my 2020 important dates. Really, this is, excuse me, both important dates. It's kind of like a perpetual calendar / important dates / important upcoming dates kind of a thing. And it will be everything: work, personal, like, I guess it's also personal, but like for my family, things like that. Any kind of holiday or anniversary or anything that I want to keep track of will go here. And then here's that same spread again. I know this looks exactly like the one you just saw because it's July again, but this way I have some spreads to, or I have some space to plan into weeks I haven't set up already, even in July, is my thought. So if, you know, I'm back here and I'm doing something for work and I'm like, ooh, I need to follow up with so-and-so the last week of July, I have a place to write it out here without having to, you know, put it on this monthly spread and then migrate it for like 3 weeks. I can just write it here. That's my thought. And then same Peanuts Planner Co. inserts here. Oh, also this is Peanuts Planner Co. These are both half letter. No, this is personal wide, and I just printed it, and it works. This is half letter, and I printed it at 90%, trimmed it completely, and it's perfect. So personal wide gives you a little bit of space for like washi, because if this had the space for the rings, then it would be the wide, right? And I also trimmed it like super close in because there used to be like a little margin here too on the outside. So that works in a B6 Slim. And then this is half letter, size to 90%, and it works perfectly. in a B6 Slim as well. So I have August, and then September. So these are the 2 months I plan on being in this calendar, or this Stalogy for sure. So I have those months broken out by week, right? So I have a week to kind of put anything pending, coming up, super important, that's like a task, a day specific task. So this is the calendar. This is for tasks, day specific, and just I need to do at some point in this week, or something needs to happen this week. Like I need to schedule something this week for the future. I don't know, any kind of future planning of tasks is going to happen in these pages. So I did that for August and September. And then when you get to October here, which I dated wrong, so I'm gonna have to find some date covers, which I probably have in my stash. So when I get to October, I included this layout again, and I need to like write on it October, because I did not include all of October in weeks. I just included the first 2. And my point, or my thought in doing this, is I plan on making a new one of these, or whatever my new planning system will be, sometime this week in September, but I want to have future planning possibilities for these months in October without feeling like super pressure to get the next one set up and or carry 2 at the same time for like the last couple weeks of September. Okay, so that's why I did this. So I have like the full month overview on a weekly basis, and then I have actual weeks for 2 of the weeks in October. Then I have November, and then a November task overview. And then I have December and December task overview. And then I have 2020 important dates, which would let me future plan projects at work and or any kind of important dates into 2020. Anything I need to track or future plan can go here. And I want to know if basically this Dear Planner guy, wherever it was back there, has something like this, because if I could make this editable, that would be amazing, because then I could just use this to write down anything real time that happened, and then when I go to print this for my next one, I could type them in and print it. So I would have like printed record every month going forward, but then it would still have space to write anything additional on it. I hope that made sense. So this is going to be my goals section. I went from like, a significant number of pages in this one dedicated to goals and kind of figuring out my goals to just a spread. So I'm going to make 4 columns here, 8 rows on each page, and it'll be like the goal, then tasks that need to happen for it, action items in July, August, and September. So pretty much all of Q3 activities for my goals that I need to do. And this will let me kind of like have a look at all the things I want to do for all 8 of my goals and be like, is this really realistic to accomplish? Like, I don't know that that's going to happen. Maybe we need to adjust our plan here for both July, August, and September. And then I can move those into my planner or into these pages here as necessary to kind of like schedule getting them done. So this is that same year at a glance calendar again. I just cut it differently. It's 3927 digital, or 3927 designs. And I really would like a 2020 holidays list. So like US holidays and observances, and then I would like some more cultural ones as well, because I'm really trying to make myself aware of cultures and holidays and really anything along those lines that has not been on my radar previously. So if anybody has a suggestion on where to get a good 2020 holidays list that would have things like, Juneteenth on it. I know that one's passed, but maybe like Quasi's start date, things that just don't normally come up in these lists, that sort of a thing. So I really want to make myself more aware of that. And then that's it. I always tape the first and last page of the Stalogy to this flyleaf because it's like it's partially glued to it anyways, and I think it lays super wonky. So I do that, and then that's it. I'll probably cover this with stickers or pretty paper, or maybe I'll do one of the washi dashboards, or I don't know, something. I just haven't yet, and it wasn't a high priority for me. I plan to start using this on Monday, the 29th. So I don't know why I did that. I plan on using it right here. I had a tab. Hello. So come Monday, I will be in this book, and I will be kind of setting this one on the shelf. There's, you know, maybe, I'm just rifling through it, maybe like this much of unused pages in it that I have not used. I do have some things that I want to kind of list out in here that I haven't really decided to list out in there, but I'm also kind of like, you know what? I think I should just move to Stalogy whenever I'm ready to, and not be like super caught up on using the whole book, because I get like scarcity mindset when I feel like I don't have a lot of spreads left. I stop using it instead of just keeping on. So I think if when I get down to just, you know, a few number of spreads left, I should just let it go and say it's time for a new one. So hope this was helpful to anybody. I'd love to hear and see what your July, One Book July and or Q3 planner setups are looking like. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below, and see you next time.